Hey YouTube, it's another pickup video. I got a lot of stuff. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a lot to get through. This is from Sunday. Went to a flea market and picked up a bunch of stuff, and then yesterday and today with some thrift stores, including a lot of stuff from today. So let's just get right to it. I'll start with the flea market stuff. The first thing I picked up was this here. It's a Nintendo 64 controller. Paid $5 from one of the resellers, which I was a little surprised by, because they usually go for quite a bit more than $5. But I asked him and he said, yeah, $5 is fine. So, hey, not a bad pickup. Like I've mentioned before, I try to pick up Nintendo 64 controllers whenever I can. Seems like people always want more. They always want 4, and if you get a system, it only comes with like 1 or 2, and people are always looking for those. So I always try to pick them up, and I did. I got that one. And the rest of this stuff here and all this stuff over here came from the same seller at the flea market. She even said that she goes and gets storage units, and this is like all the stuff that she gets from storage units. She's not looking to get a ton of money out of it. So I got a decent deal, and I just packaged a ton of stuff together. And it worked out well. I ended up paying $84, so roughly $85 for everything here. So yeah, let's get right to it here. First things first, we got a Nintendo here, NES. She wanted $25 for it, which was it's all part of the $84, but it was $25 for this, and it included the NES, 2 video cables, a power cable, 4 regular controllers, this Acclaim remote wireless controller with the receiver, which is pretty cool, the NES Max, and the NES Advantage. All of that for $25. The system itself is worth more than $25, so all that combined for $25, that's a great deal. So yeah, I got all that. Let me get some of this out of the way so I got some room here. There. Okay, and then I picked up all these games and the case that I'll get to in a second. I'll get all this stuff out of here first. Some Atari 2600 games. We've got Laser Gates. I took a chance on Atlantis. You never know. It could be one of those really, really rare cartridges. Oh, and for the people who don't know, Atlantis. There was a sequel, Atlantis 2, and I don't know the entire story, but I do know that Atlantis 2 never officially was released, or it was released, but it came out in the same cartridge as Atlantis, so it's very possible, and there's not much difference between the two games. I can't remember, there's like a score, and the numbers will be slightly different, or something along those lines. I don't know. But Atlantis by itself is worth like nothing. But Atlantis 2, if it for some reason happens to be Atlantis 2 on the very long shot that it might be, it'd be worth like $500 or so. So whatever. I had already had a bunch of stuff, and she said that they're only $1 each anyways, and I'm like, well, what the heck? She had 2 of them. I figured, you know what? I'll pick up one. I don't have Atlantis, so at the very least I get to add it to my collection for $1. It was worth a shot. So anyways, we got that. We got Ms. Pac-Man for the 2600. And I didn't even know this existed. Journey Escape. Journey, as in the band Journey Escape. I'm not sure how you make a 2600 cartridge based on a band, but they did it. And I'll have to check it out. I don't know if it's any good. But let's see. We got some Super Nintendo games. We've got Hey Punk, Are You Tough Enough? Or generally just called Tough Enough. Didn't have that in my collection yet, so I was glad to add that. The rest of these games I didn't have in my collection, so that's pretty much what I used. I knew she would give me a good deal. She already had them marked at 4 for $14, which is a decent deal, and I knew if I got a bunch, she'd give me an even better deal, and she did, so. Yes, let's continue on. Here we go. Mortal Kombat 3. Last Super Nintendo game. This one's boxed. It was still part of the same deal, but NHL 95. It's complete. The instructions are pretty banged up, but the cartridge is in good shape. It has the holder for the cartridge, which with Super Nintendo You don't always get that. So this is complete, and in good shape. I wish the instructions were in better shape, but hey, not bad. One Genesis game. We got World Cup USA '94. I'm a soccer fan, and I'm a big fan of old soccer games, so this is a nice pickup for me. For GameCube, we've got Capcom vs. SNK 2 EO. It's kind of valuable. I think it's worth about $10 or so. I'll probably hold on to it. I have a thing for these kind of fighters, like the Capcom fighting games, so that's cool. Another GameCube game I've never even heard of, Odama. Not Obama, Odama. I don't know much about it. I thought it might be worth something. It's not really, but looks interesting with like samurais going on here and some big-headed thing and a guy in the sky. I don't know, pretty crazy, but I'll check it out. Some Dreamcast games. Oh, well, first PlayStation, I guess. FIFA 97, again, soccer. Yeah, I'm a big soccer fan, so. We've got, now we're on the Dreamcast, we got Flag to Flag. Looks like some kind of like Formula 1 racing game. We've got Wild Metal, Reclaim the Future. And Spirit of Speed 1937. Old school racing with old school cars. Pretty neat. And last thing is Soul Fighter, which is a really, really bad fighting game from what I remember. But I didn't have it, so add it to my collection. And then what I'm happy to see, NES games. And all of these I did not have yet, which is kind of cool because I have a lot of NES games. But we've got Castle of Illusion, or sorry, Castle of Dragon. Castle of Illusion. Anyways, yes, Castle of Dragon. We have Ikari Warriors 2 Victory Road. That did not have. We've got Back to the Future 2 and 3. Overlord. Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout. (1943) and 8 Eyes. Yeah, all that was part of the $84, and I also got this case, which is an officially Nintendo licensed NES case that I've been looking for. I've seen other people on YouTube with them, and you know, things that they found at thrift stores or wherever, and I was happy to see it, and yeah, she threw it in, which was kind of cool. And it's a bit beat up. You can see there's a tear there in the corners. There's a tear on the side here, and on the back. If I can turn it around here, there's a tear down here. So it's not in the best of shape, but from the front it looks good, and that's good enough for me. You know, the clasp is still there. That's nice. The handle's still there, and the inside's in good shape. So. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, and she also threw in, she was going through all of her games and found some manuals mixed in. So she said that since I was buying so much from her that she'd throw in the manuals too. So we got some good manuals. We got the Dragon Warrior Explorer's Handbook, which I looked up and goes for like $10. I don't know if anybody buys it, but the lowest available is $10. Some really obscure things like a Sierra Game Manual from 1993. It shows you how to install Sierra games, just in general, not like a specific game, just Sierra games. It's very interesting, and the nice old school computer there. Yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Here's another weird one. We got Grobot, which is for the TRS-80. I don't have a TRS-80. Nor do I have Grobot. Apparently it's made by Radio Shack. I guess that would make sense, the TRS-80, but yeah, that's interesting. And then the last one that's kind of obscure is Pegasus and the Phantom Riders for the Tandy. Yeah, I know nothing about this stuff, but it's interesting to say the least. And then there's a bunch of mostly sports manuals and such here, so they're not really that exciting. But that's pretty cool. She threw those in. So yeah, all that for $84, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion, between the NES and the games and the case. I don't think it's a blow you away amazing deal, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. If I can get this class, there it goes. All right, let's get this out of the way. Right, so that was the flea market. The flea market, the lady I got all that stuff from, she doesn't always go to that one. She sometimes goes to one it's about an hour and a half away. But I talked to her, and she said that in one of the storage units that she got, she found, she doesn't even collect video games, which I'm trying to buy it off of her, but she found Flintstones, A Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. And she's like, yeah, I know it's rare. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty rare. And I told her, I was like, well, look, if you bring it here, let me know if you're going to bring it here, and I'll bring like $250. I'll buy it off you for $250. And I told her, like, it's worth a lot more than that, but I know she doesn't collect, and I do, and that I'd give it to her in cash. And since that's way more than she spent on the storage unit, she might be interested. But she says she's not sure, and she'll think about it, which probably means she won't do it. But maybe you never know. Maybe one of these days I'll have a pickup video. I'll have Surprise at Dinosaur Peak for $200. I'm not really thrilled about spending that much on a video game, but when I know it's worth a lot more than that, it's alright. I mean, if I ever really needed the money, I could just sell it for $600 or whatever, but so I don't know. I still would feel weird even handing over the money to pay that much for one video game. Anyways. Right, so let's get to the thrift store stuff before my memory card runs out here. This is from yesterday. A few different thrift stores. I didn't find a whole lot, but I did find a few things. I found Fritz 6. It's a chess game for PC. I couldn't find a good price for it online, but I like chess, and the Fritz games generally are worth a decent amount of money. They're, I don't know. I guess it's a really good chess simulator or whatnot. So that's kind of cool. And there's another one that, again, I couldn't find a good price on, but I'm pretty sure it's worth money, is Bridge Baron 10. I don't play bridge. I don't really plan on playing bridge. But apparently, if you play bridge, this is the bridge game to get. If that means anything. They make one like every year or so. I think there's like 28 of them now or something ridiculous. So 10 is a pretty old one. But whatever. It cost me $3, so it's worth a shot. And a couple GameCube games. I've got... Boy, I got really disappointed. But I did get Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but... Ugh, man. I mean, this is in terrible shape. There's a rip in the corner here. There's a name written on it. I can get that off, though. No instructions. And the disc is just... you can kind of see it. It's hard to tell on the camera, but you can kind of see that the light reflects off of it. And it's just beat up. If this plays, I'll be surprised. I need to find a place that'll buff this out. And they wrote on the front of the disc. And, I don't know, it's a mess. But it only cost me $3. So I'll take a chance. Maybe I can get it to work. And I also found Spyro Enter the Dragonfly for GameCube. This is in much better shape. Has the instructions. Disc is in good shape. So I kind of wish it was the other way around. But hey, what are you gonna do? Right, so that was yesterday, and that was all I found. I was at 4 different thrift stores, but at least I found something. But then today I found a ton at Savers. Actually, where'd my other stuff go? Oh, it's not here. All right, well, the first place I went to was Goodwill, and I found 2 boxed Genesis games. They're nothing good. It was Sonic 2 and NBA Live 96, but they're 50 cents each. And I found a PC game, Bio something. Whatever. Anyways, that was $3, and I'll probably annotate and put the title out there. So I'll just stall for some time. And at this point, it should be annotated. Okay, so, right, then I went to Savers. And I've been waiting for this because I had a 30% off card. And it expires in a couple weeks, and I was like, man, I need to find something. Something that's worth, it's going to cost me a bit of money, but it'll be worth it. And then, you know, I could use the 30% off card, and, you know, I struggled to find anything decent that would be worth, you know, I'd be getting $5 here, $5 there. I'm like, well, I don't use a 30% off card on something that's only cost me $5. So I told myself, next time I run into a PS2, I know they sell them for $25 usually, which isn't a bad price as it is. And I'm like, well, if I see it and I can get 30% off, it'll be $17.50, which is a great price for a PS2 if it's complete. And I did. But I also found some other things, which was awesome. But let's start it out. Here's the PS2. I haven't looked inside. Before I post this video, I'll take a look and leave a note if there's a game inside. But it's complete. It's got the video cable. It looks like a couple video cables. Yeah, maybe. I think. Yeah, it probably is. Yep, 2 video cables, power cable, 1 controller, and the system itself. Marked at $25, as usually is. And like I said, 30% off. That gives me $17.50, and it's in good shape. No complaints on that. But I also found 2 more systems that went with it. I don't know if somebody just turned it all in or what. But oh, this one's on top, so we'll get this first. It's a GameCube. Missing the video cable. But if you watched my last video, you know that I picked up a GameCube and an extra video cable. And I think I might even have more, because what's nice is that if you use the analog one, it's the same as the Nintendo 64 and the Super Nintendo. So I might have some extras. But it did come with a power cable, which is nice. And it was only $7, 30% off of that, which is, what was that, $2.10 off, and $5 roughly. So, yeah, I mean, it's in good shape. It's a GameCube. It was only $5. So yep, there's that. And then I also got a PS1 with a memory card, apparently. Is this missing a video cable as well? Yeah, it is. That's unfortunate. I didn't notice that. But that's okay. I'll find one. But it does have the power cable. 2 controllers, and it's the original pre-DualShock. Just the plain old PS1 controllers that were only released with the original system, and then I don't think they ever released it again. So, but looks to be in good shape. Again, I don't know if there's a game in there. Maybe there is. I will obviously leave a note if there is. But it was marked at $15, so 30% off comes to about $10 for a PS1 with memory card, 2 controllers. Pretty good deal. Yep, found those, and then. You might have heard that. I accidentally hit the on button, but this is Pitfall, a handheld game. Which is pretty neat. I saw it there before. It was $4, and I don't know, for $4 I was like, yeah, I don't know, and good reason to buy it, I guess, if I had a 30% off card. So, yep, Pitfall. And then a few games were there. Unfortunately, I wish there were better games, but I did get Metal Gear Solid. I don't know if can I open this up one-handed? Curious to see if everything's in there. But it was $3 and then 30% off of that. It was like $2 roughly. Looks like we got both discs, missing the instructions. That's pretty common with these dual disc games, because it just kind of like sits in here, and then people lose the instructions. But the case is in good shape, both discs. Take a look at the condition of one of them. Ooh, wow. Oh boy. That's not gonna play. If you can see that there. It didn't look so bad at first, and then I saw that there's a crack right there. Yeah. Oh boy, I don't think it's gonna play. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's not gone. It's all through to the other side. And that's, of course, disc 1, so. Well, that's unfortunate. And because I use a 30% off, everything's not returnable. Second disc is in fantastic shape. It doesn't look like it's ever been used. Well, them's the breaks. But I also got Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Hopefully this one isn't cracked. That'd be fantastic. Come on. Open it up. Open it up. Don't be cracked, don't be cracked. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is in perfect condition. What the heck happened to that Metal Gear? Oh, man. Oh, Fighting Force 2. I remember Fighting Force. That's a good game. Anyways, I wish I had the Fighting Force 2 instead of Tomb Raider Last Revelation. And the last thing I got was Grand Theft Auto. The first one. Which is a fun game from what I remember. I haven't played in forever. A cousin of mine had it when I was growing up and showed it off to me. And then when I remember when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, I was like, oh, I remember my cousin showing me Grand Theft Auto, and it was completely different. Way better. I mean, this is the original one was a top-down kind of deal, which you can kind of see there. But anyways, Grand Theft Auto, the case is slightly cracked at the bottom there. Let's take a look. Okay, the case just comes right apart. Don't be broken, don't be broken. Well, light scratches, but doable. They'll play. Alright, so anyways, yes, so I got all that for, let's see, this system, that system, this system, all the games, the Pitfall thing. Total, I think, was about $45. Not bad. Spent a lot of money. I don't like spending a lot of money, but it was worth it. There was a lot of good stuff here. So, I mean, I'll probably resell some of the systems because I already have these systems. Yeah, good use of the 30% off card. Good pickups. A little better than last week. Things are looking up. Maybe this week garage sales will be awesome. One can hope. I'm going to try to see if there are any tomorrow morning since it's 4th of July tomorrow, and there might be some. I have to work Thursday and Friday, so I won't be able to go out to any garage sales then. But Saturday for sure. So my next video will probably be Saturday. Stay tuned. Until then, I'll see you later.